Alright, y'all, so I'm back for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 5, Episode 8. Look, excuse me for my slight tipsiness. I'm just letting y'all know right now. But let's just get into it. So we get Tierra and Dime. They meet up or whatever. Tierra, she's pretty much like fuck Scrap. You know what I'm saying? She has a friend and she has a crush on the guy Jay Nix. The guy that was being so vocal at the paintballing event with the guys about, Tierra keeping the baby away from Scrappy Dappy Doo and everything. Yeah, she got a crush on him or whatever, but he doesn't know it. So, Dime is pretty much glad that Tierra is moving on, but at the same time, she's like that it's up to, Carly is on her own with telling Tierra about the whole situation with Scrappy Dappy Doo. I mean, honestly, I ain't even gonna be mad if like Tommy or Tierra, put the pause on that hoe, cause that's just, yeah, y'all know how it is with Carly Red and her fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't even be mad. But anyways, so we find out that Jay Nix, he has a relationship with some girl named Amber. And he's pretty much saying that the timing is always wrong with him and Tierra. So pretty much he's feeling Tierra as well. But he does feel like keeping Scrappy Dappy Doo's son away from him is wrong or whatever. And Jay Nix, he tells her about the whole Daddy Day thing. Later on we see in the episode with Kirk and Jock and Sass. You know what I'm saying? So he's telling her about that and everything, and she's just not with it right now or whatever. And Jessica, she's even trying to tell her like, come on, Tierra, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I've been telling y'all all season, I'm just kind of conflicted because I do, in this situation, I do understand. Because KK and Tommy, they are some dangerous motherfuckers, but then at the same time, I don't feel like they would put the baby in harm's way. But then you never know, too. Their intentions could be not to put the baby in harm's way, and then some shit end up popping off, and then, then what? You know what I'm saying? So I get it, but she's just not with it, and she's saying that she hasn't made shit. I mean, that she's saying that Scrap hasn't made shit happen as far as getting her and his mother together to have a conversation, and she feels like that he doesn't deserve a reward or whatever. And I'm just kind of like, well, it's not really a reward to see his kid. That's his fucking kid. But like I said, I understand how you feel about KK and Tommy in general. You know what I'm saying? But Jay Nix, he tells her to consider it. Moving on. We get K Michelle. We're at her house and everything. Jocelyn, she comes through talking about how sexy the butlers are. This, that, and the third. She's asking for a massage and shit. You know what I'm saying? And K Michelle was like, I didn't invite this bitch over here to be, seducing my damn butlers and shit. But because it's Jocelyn, I'ma let the shit slide. You know what I'm saying? But, they talk about her listening party, and she was, K Michelle was like that, she pretty much invited some, filler people too, and some of the filler people, I guess, is like Bambi or whatever. And then she also says that she invited D. Smith. Jocelyn, she gives D. Smith her props and says that she is very talented. And then, mind you, also K Michelle's, I believe, her makeup artist Japan was also in the room, and he was just kind of like, and Hassaline, she was like, what's the hum about? Like, what's going on or whatever. In Japan, he's like, he don't like D. Smith because pretty much she stole his song, I guess. I guess that's pretty much what the situation was. And he's just not feeling her, And Kay is like, she might ask some questions. I might ask some questions at this listening party, depending on how drunk I am, you know what I'm saying? And Jocelyn, she pretty much eggs it on. She was like, yeah, just ask some questions. You know what I'm saying? Do it, The guys meet up minus Stevie and Scrappy for the whole Daddy Day event or whatever you want to call it. Scrappy Dappy Doo, He doesn't have his son, and he's just kind of feeling salty because everybody else has their kid, and he doesn't have his kid and everything, and he's just really hurting or whatever. And the guys, of course, they feel like Tierra is wrong or whatever. And Jock, he's like, it's not a lot of guys, a lot of guys that'll sit up here and step up to the plate or take care of the kid or something like that, he was saying. And I felt where he was coming from or whatever, but at the same time, y'all know this family. Y'all know this family and the dangers with them too. You know what I'm saying? That's why I keep on saying I'm just conflicted with this whole shit, because I just don't, I'm in the middle. Put it like that. I'm in the middle with this shit. But it turns out Tierra, she has a change of heart, and she brings, Baby King on along or whatever, and Scrappy's happy and everything, and she realized that, it's not about her and how she feels, I guess, or whatever. But, I guess, her and KK need to still have a sit down and everything. So she brings the baby along or whatever. And, like I said, Scrap, he's very happy or whatever. And, they playing around and stuff like that. I really thought that was cute. I really, he was so happy to see Scrappy Dappy do and everything, the little baby or whatever. I thought that was really cute. I really thought it was cute. He's a cute kid. He's really a cute kid. We get Rashida and Arian. They're at her store pressed. And Rashida is pretty much giving, Arian some, late birthday gifts or whatever. D. Smith shows up and, she's pretty much coming to Rashida for help for an outfit or whatever, so we're at the K. Michelle's event. And, come to find out, her and Arian have, they kind of have a good rapport or whatever with one another. Like I said, D. Smith, she's also going to K's party or whatever. And, they asked about, I guess, her relationship with, K. Michelle and everything, and she said that, they were interested in her being the creative director for K. Michelle, whatever. I forgot to mention that earlier on with K. Michelle when they was at her house or whatever. But yeah, pretty much they was interested in D. Smith being the creative director or whatever for, I guess, whatever project or whatever. But D. Smith said that she has her a lot of shit about K. Michelle, and it's just a lot of drama that comes with her. Rashida, she brings up, K. Michelle throwing, candles at her and shit. And D. Smith was like, were they lit or whatever? I was saying to myself, hell yeah, them shits was lit. Them shits was lit or whatever. And Rashida was telling her, Rashida and Arian, they was like, hell yeah, them shits was lit. The bitch is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And, what else happened? I'm trying to think, because I wrote stuff down, but I'm trying to think of some stuff that I didn't write down. Oh yeah, Rashida was saying something like, yeah, it was lit, but I'm already hot, so that shit missed me. Or something like that she was saying. I was like, I'ma let it slide. I'ma give it to you, Rashida, because you do be on point with your outfits and everything. Like I said, Rashida is a pretty woman. She really is, but I just don't care for her too much because of certain shit that she has done on this show in previous seasons that is just kind of like, it turned me off so much from her, and I hated that. Because when this show first came on, I loved Rashida. You know what I'm saying? But as time started going along, I started to side-eye her like, yeah, okay. But anyways, Arian, she decides that she's going to go to the party or whatever. And she says that, everybody deserves a second chance, this, that, and the third. I guess maybe she's just basing that off of, the situation that Kay and Mimi had or whatever, considering that Arian and Mimi are best friends, you know what I'm saying? But, excuse me. Anyways, moving on from that, we get Jock and Scrappy. Pretty much they get evicted from their little bachelor pad or whatever. I mean, I knew that shit won't gonna last. Scrappy, he still has his crib though, because fortunately for him, nobody brought the shit. And Jock like, damn, like, Scrappy just leaving me out in the cold and shit, whatever. I'm like, nigga, don't you still got money left over from the last 10 years, when you was making hits and shit like that? I mean, you acting like as if it's gonna be that hard for you to get another place. But then again, I mean, shit, I don't know. I don't know what your pocket's looking like or whatever. But I mean, I'm just saying. And he was like, damn, Scrappy gonna leave me out in the cold and shit. And this, then the third. Like, chill. But anyways, they start talking about Bambi and the whole situation with the guy and how Rashida knew and everything. It didn't even say nothing to him, and Jock was pretty much telling him like, maybe Rashida just kept it from you. I guess I forgot exactly what Jock said, but I guess pretty much not to cause a whole bunch of controversy or something like that. But anyways, they thought somebody was shooting this shit. And mind you, Jay Nix is also there with them or whatever. And, they thought somebody was shooting this shit. They like, hold on now, you know what I'm saying? And, and Scrappy, his, little fat ass gonna hide behind Jock like, hold on, like as if Jock's supposed to be a shield from him. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It look like Scrappy is bigger than Jock, I'm just saying. That's why I'm just kind of like, nigga, you hiding behind him like he's like, they ain't gonna see your motherfucking ass if they want to shoot your ass, like, really. But anyways, Jay Nix, he starts talking about his girl Amber and saying how she be hating on him. I guess because all the thotties or whatever be on him on Instagram and all this other bullshit, and Amber feels like he's too close to Tierra or whatever, this, that, and third. And he tells Jock and Scrappy straight up he has a thing for Tierra, and they like, ho, you talking about Scrappy Dappy Doo's baby mama or whatever? And he like, yeah, man, like, we go way back, this, then the third. And Scrappy, he like, well, why you gotta be in love with the man baby mama though? You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, damn, Carly, she, messing with Tierra baby daddy, and then what's his name, Jay Nix, trying to mess with Tierra. I'm just like, this is the cycle of life or some shit, just keeping it all in the motherfucking circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what's his name? Jay Nix, he was pretty much like, well, Scrap is not the only baby daddy that Tierra has, so if I have to go through him for approval, I'm gonna have to talk to all of them. So it's just kind of like they both single as fuck. So I mean, whatever. He pretty much is like, if Amber keep on being on that bullshit, he's gonna get it where he can fit in with Tierra. So anyways, we get the Scrappy Dappy Doo. He's going to see his lawyer or whatever in regards to his case, and the look on his face, the look on her face, she didn't have good news for him. He has to, he has a charge, for drug trafficking or whatever, and the prosecutor, is trying to give him a plea deal because he could be facing 5 to 30 years or whatever, but they're saying that the prosecutor is the only one who can change the charge or whatever. Prosecutor is not willing to change it. He's not willing to change the charge. And the lawyer, she did tell the prosecutor about Scrap's character or whatever, this, that, and the third. But so the prosecutor is, offering the minimum of 5 years in prison. And Scrappy Dappy Doo, he kind of like, well, I don't understand how this motherfucking system works, because how we got rapists running out here free, and I'm just, and I'm going to jail possibly for 5 years for, having weed and shit like that. I was like, you know what, Scrappy Dappy Doo, you got a point there. You got a point. But, it's unfortunate that, the system works like that or whatever, and it's just, it is unfortunate. That's why you have to just make sure you just stay out of trouble, period, because you never know. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, moving on, we get to Scrappy and Dime Piece. They meet up at the gym. You know, Scrappy, he pretty much wants to know about the beef because he's been hearing all kinds of shit about the beef with her and the band. And so, you know, Dime Piece, she's sitting up here saying that, you know, she feel like Bambi still got feelings for Scrappy. And, you know, she sitting up here saying that, you know, she was pretty much like, you know, yeah, I had seen Bambi in the club or whatever at Mimi's event, and you know, I had seen her with her little boo thing, and she was like, you know, she was saying to her that like, yeah, oh, that's why, you know, Scrappy been, you know, FaceTiming me or whatever, this, that, and third. And Scrappy, he like, why every time, you know, a dude break up with the female, whatever, and start talking to a new female, that female want to be messy and go back and tell your ex some shit or whatever, this, that, and third. I'm like, yeah, Scrappy, you on to the bullshit. But even though your ass looked like you was still, you know, trying to fuck with her any goddamn way, but you know, you kind of sort of was there a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But you know, you know, Dime Piece sitting up here trying to, you know, she not really telling the story correct, sitting up here saying that Bambi was trying to pop off on her, she had to put her in her place. As I recalled, you sat up here and told her about her old man or whatever, that she ain't been, you know, broken up with that motherfucking long, but she kind of trying to, you know, have fun a little bit or whatever. You sitting up here telling her, he FaceTiming you and shit, like as if that's supposed to be her motherfucking business at that motherfucking point. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, really? You sitting up here telling her this information and she's telling you respectfully, well, that's none of my motherfucking business or whatever. And then you gonna sit up here and say, oh, well, I made it your business and this, that, and the third. And then expect her not to pop off? Really? Like, girl, nah, I'm gonna need for you to get the fuck together with the bullshit. Okay? Because, yeah, you definitely tried to start some motherfucking shit and try to be motherfucking messy. But anyways, and I must say, I ain't gonna front. Like, no homo type of shit, but Dime Piece's butt looked good, during this scene. It looked good. I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but it looked good. You know? But, anyways, what else happened? He's pretty much saying he can't worry about what the BAM is doing because she doing her own thing. They start talking about eggplants and bananas and all this sexual shit, you know, and he wants her to do 5 push-ups, you know, and in exchange, he would take her on a date or whatever. So she does them little girl push-ups or whatever, you know, us girls, you know, we cross our legs and shit to do push-ups that way. You remember in PE class and shit or whatever. So she does that, and so, you know, he says he's going to keep his promise. He was, I mean, I'm telling you, he was all up on her motherfucking ass, too. Just all up on it. Okay, so we get KK, Scrappy Dappy Doo, Sass, Tommy, and Stevie. So, you know, Scrappy Dappy Doo sitting up here saying that, you know, he know him and Tommy ain't been on the best of terms, but, you know, she loves him, and he loves her. I'm like, now you love her, you know. At first it just, you know, at first you was sitting up here pretty much just saying that she was just, you know, good for sex. Now all of a sudden, boy down, boy back, okay? Boy down, in words of Bonnie Blue. Shout out to Bonnie Blue. But he pretty much tells them about his 5-year sentence, and they all like, what? Like 5 years for weed? And you know, this, that, and third. And you know, KK, she going the hell off, and she was like, you need another motherfucking lawyer. Like, you know, like who the fuck is representing you? And this, that, and the third. You know, she, like I said, she's going off. Scrappy Dappy Doo is like, you know, you gotta know when to throw in the towel. You gotta know when to bow the fuck down. And he was like, I mean, imagine, I could have got the whole motherfucking 30. For real. Which, I mean, he got a point there. He could have got the whole 30. I mean, luckily, he got, you know, I mean, even though he hasn't gotten sentenced yet, but I'm saying, you know, the plea deal. The plea deal is for him to do the minimum of 5 years. You know what I'm saying? But Tommy, she crying and shit, like it's just not right, it's just not fair, and this, that, and third. I'm like, yeah, bitch, you won't have to change your heart next week though. After you find out what the fuck you find out. And then you just see in the previews the next week she gonna try to make the moves on Stevie J. Child. But anyways, Scrappy Dappy Doo, he brings up Tierra again, or whatever. And how her and KK gotta get shit right. And he wants KK to put her feelings to the side and be cordial and all this other stuff. And pretty much Stevie is sad. KK, of course, she's still acting stubborn. She was like, I ain't gonna be friends with that bitch. She was like, I don't even, she like, I don't want to even be cordial with her and all this other stuff. And he's begging her to put her feelings to the side. Stevie and Sass, especially Stevie, they step in and let her know, like, come on, this is, co-parenting. He about to go to jail, this, that, and third. So she finally softens up and agrees to this meeting. So we get to the strip club, or whatever you want to call it. Of course, Scrappy, he still loves Bambi and everything. And he still feels like he owes her some kind of loyalty, even though she's out there doing her thing. J. Nick, she's a dancer at the club that they're at. And her, like I said, her name is Amber. And she's all up on Jock's dick and shit, you know what I'm saying? And he's trying to, play it off in the confessionals at first. You know what I'm saying? Like, as if he ain't really feeling her and this, that, and the third. But as Scrappy is talking about the BAM and everything, and then he starts talking about, Betty Idol and how he ended up cutting her off for Bambi, and now she's with this new dude or whatever, Jock ain't paying him no motherfucking mind. His eyes is all up on Amber's ass. You know what I'm saying? So eventually she ends up coming over or whatever, and I think Kirk was the one who brought up her and Jay Nix. And she says that she's kind of with him or whatever, and they're having issues at the moment. And then she starts dancing for Jock and shit like that. Moving on, we get to K. Michelle's party. So, Carly pretty much doesn't show up because she doesn't want to, get her ass kicked by Hosseline. Which was a smart move, Carly, because girl, you can't fight. Kay says, she tells, her and Arian, they're having a conversation. So, Kay, she pretty much tells Arian that she just doesn't have time for Dime Piece and her motherfucking drama and shit like that. But I'm like, isn't this why you had the party? To stir the motherfucking pot? But alright, she, she's talking shit about Mimi and Rashida or whatever. She's like, if I was in their position, I would hate me too or whatever. And, Arian is like, the girls are doing good, Kay. They ain't in poverty and no shit like that. This, that, and the third. And, she's telling, Kay, this dress that I have on is from Rashida. And Kay, she throwing shade, talking about some, be careful with those beads or whatever, putting them in the washer and shit, because, them shits might fall off. And I'm just like, Hey girl, stop it. Stop. Okay? But anyways, Hosseline, she shows up, and she's pretty much saying that none of the girls, whoever shows up, better not motherfucking try her, or whatever. And, as K. Michelle, she's going off to give her speech. What's her name? Arian kind of giving Hosseline a look like, and, Hosseline looking at her like, like, bitch, bad. Like, what I'm saying? I thought that shit was kind of funny. But like I said, Kay is pretty much giving the speech and everything. And she's, letting people know that she is able to sign artists to Atlantic Records now. And as she's walking off the stage, singing, like, one of the songs that they were playing, the fans already knew the lyrics, this, that, and the third. And, she's excited about that or whatever. Betty Idol and D. Smith. Arian spots them out, so they come over to where they're at or whatever. And this, Arian, all of a sudden, she got to go to the motherfucking bathroom and shit. Kay, she starts to ask about, her makeup artist Japan or whatever. And, like I said, she's asking D. Smith what the problem is. And then, Jocelyn, she asks if there's, a problem or whatever. D. Smith, is saying that, pretty much can the motherfucking thing be talked out between her and Japan? She ain't got time for the bullshit or whatever. Like, she was just being so hostile with them or whatever when they was asking her, questions, and if, y'all can have a conversation. And, Jocelyn telling her, like, bitch, relax, have a motherfucking drink or two, you know what I'm saying? And, D. Smith, she trying to say that she cool, this, that, and third. And then, Betty, she was saying that pretty much he can't use the record for whatever reason, yada, yada, yada. As she's talking, K. Michelle tells her that she should go on Broadway. I don't know if K. Michelle was really trying to throw shade. I mean, to me, the way she was saying it, it seemed like as if she, really like that. You know how K. Michelle does, shit just comes to her motherfucking mind and everything. So I just kind of felt like maybe she really wasn't trying to throw shade, but I don't know. And, Betty Idol, she kind of thanks her or whatever. D. Smith kind of gets offended or whatever in the confessional, talking about, Kay's body and all this other bullshit or whatever. Kay asks, she asks Betty Idol, about the song or whatever. She was like, do you think this is going to be your biggest record or whatever? And Betty lets her know, like, no, I have a song on the radio with Rick Ross and Lil Wayne. And, she was like, where did that song chart at? I'm like, well, damn, Kay, I mean, you worked with Rick Ross before. I mean, I don't think she was trying to shade him, but I'm just saying, I was like, but damn, it's just the way she said it. I was just kind of like, well, damn, I mean, you and Rick Ross done worked together before now. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? But, D. Smith and Betty Idol, they're offended or whatever. D. Smith is telling her to not start. And, Kay is like, this is her town and this, that, and the third. I'm like, why is everybody who's not from here saying that this is their motherfucking town? Kay, bitch, you from Memphis, Tennessee. Okay. Shit. Talking about some Atlanta, your town. Bitch, you was born in Memphis. Okay? But, and Jocelyn, your ass, I mean, I don't know. Wasn't she born in Puerto Rico, right? I mean, I know her peoples is, Puerto Rican and everything, and she, but she, yeah, Jocelyn is born in Puerto Rico or whatever. So, yeah, this is not really neither one of you's town. You know what I'm saying? Like, but anyways, what else happened? So, Bambi, she shows up or whatever, and, she's not happy about these hoes being here at this damn thing. And, Arian, she didn't know that, there was an issue. I don't know, because you be wanting to think Mona had some shit to do with it, but then I don't want to believe that Arian would just, even though Arian do be throwing shade, I mean, we seen her, how she interacted with Chris earlier on this season or whatever, so, I don't know, but anyways, D. Smith immediately starts going in, saying that, she's probably not used to standing on, all fours or whatever, and Bambi calls her Joanna Man, and, D. Smith is like, I give you props or whatever, because we're both, transgender, and this, that, and third. I said, why? Like, why? That's all I could say the whole time when she said that. You know what I'm saying? Idol, Betty Idol, she's sitting up here saying that Bambi's voice is annoying. I'm just like, bitch, I know you ain't got the nerve to be motherfucking talking. Now, I done told y'all before, I feel like my voice is fucking annoying and shit like that. But her voice, I cannot. I can't. You know what I'm saying? But, K. Michelle, all of a sudden, she's sitting up here talking about that she doesn't understand the drama that's going on. And that's why she regrets coming back to Atlanta and this, that, and the third. I'm just like, and like I said, I'm like, girl, but you did this to throw, to have all this controversy going on. So I'm not understanding. You know what I'm saying? Betty Idol's calling, Bambi all kinds of animals and talking about some that and also she said that she didn't get her ass beat by Tammy. Well, your ass sure ain't do shit when y'all was getting it in or whatever. I mean, I'm not saying that Tammy, just beat you to a motherfucking post, because she didn't. But I mean, your ass wasn't doing shit for real. You looked like a deer motherfucking headlights. And then you want to sit up here and complain, oh, my hair, like, whatever. I mean, even though I ain't with that hair pulling shit, but I'm just saying, But, anyways, they leave or whatever. Okay, so the last scene, we get Scrap, Tierra, and KK. And, Scrap's hair, it's actually, it looked like he put some moisturizer stuff in that shit. I'm like, well, shit, about goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? But, he pretty much wants them to be civilized. Tierra, knows if, Tierra pretty much lays it out to KK. If she knows that someone hates her, she hates them. That's when KK start getting all buck or whatever. Tierra, she tells, Scrap, Scrappy Dappy do, all of a sudden you want to make peace or whatever after, you can cause all this bullshit and everything. And, Scrap is telling Tierra to act her age. I'm like, okay, but your mama, you need to tell your mom to act her fucking age too. Because she's older. And she should know fucking better. You know what I'm saying? She getting all about her seat, getting hostile and all this motherfucking shit. She telling Tierra to get her punk ass up and all this other shit. And Tierra telling her, I ain't no motherfucking punk and this, that, and the third. And, they going back and forth. And, Tierra was like, where the fuck I stay at, this, that, and the third. And I was just like, well, I mean, Tierra, I like the girl. But, I mean, that fight that you had with Tommy and everything, yeah, I'm not too sure about you. I'm just saying, I don't know. But, so like I said, they going back and forth, this, then third. KK is saying how she'll be at Tierra's door and all this other dumb shit or whatever. That was pretty much the episode. It's just, I mean, y'all can't get it together for this little boy. It ain't about neither one of y'all. It's about this little boy at the end of the fucking day. And his father is going to be gone for 5 years. And y'all can't keep this shit together. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, but anyways, I done ran out of breath talking about this shit, y'all. But make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys come back. I'm sorry this review is long. But like I said, y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. And I will see you guys in the next video.